What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rich Nice back once again. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're on beast mode again. As you can see, he's about to go under some surgery. We ran into some problems when we were on the dyno last time and we couldn't get the heat down. So to fix that, we went to Bwoody and we got a Bwoody heat exchanger 3-inch that we're going to try to put on here. This is the race version. In the kit, you'll have the heat exchanger itself. You'll have your upper mounting brackets. You'll have your lower mounting brackets. You'll have your hoses. You'll have the hardware to mount it. And then you'll have your inlet pipes that go in the end down here. Right there. And then this will sit down right about here. In order to do that, we had to take the bumper off, so I'll meet you over at the bumper in a second.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
All right, so to get this bumper off, there's a 2mm bolt here, another one here, and then there's a bolt that goes through right here. And then there are 7mm bolts that go here, 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 and there. I think there's 5 or 6 of those. And then you have to unhook your side marker lights, and then you'll be able to pry the bumper right here, and it's gonna pop, and it's gonna sound like you broke something, but you really didn't. And this will pop off. And again, that one little small 2mm bolt goes right there on this piece right here. The other 2mm bolt, you'll have to reach your hand, pull this back, reach your hand up in here inside the fender well, and it'll bolt in. It'll have a bolt right there on the inside of this fender. And then the top bolt, you'll come in and it'll actually bolt right here. And you just reach it from the inside right here. And then you'll have 6 push pins at the top. You'll have one here, 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 and here. And then that will release the top. And you just pull it off and you'll be good to go. There's a couple things that we will have to do once we get our heat exchanger put together. We will have to come in here and trim this because our lines are going to go this way. They're going to come up around here and they're going to connect to here. So the top line from the heat exchanger, and I'll get more into this once we actually get it in there, is going to go to your heat exchanger itself right here. And then this is your pump. So the coolant pumps out of here, down here into your heat exchanger. So this will be our bottom line that goes to our heat exchanger. And then the top line will come down and plug into here. Hope that makes sense. We did get some Mopar antifreeze coolant. It's 50-50 because you will lose a little bit of fluid, not a lot, but you will lose a little bit of fluid. So if you want to put something under here to catch that fluid, I highly suggest it because it will leak. So I will work on getting these in because I know y'all don't want to see that. And then once I get these in, we'll be able to put our brackets on and get ready to install this thing. So let me go locate some Teflon tape. It doesn't say it in the instructions, so I called Bwoody and they highly recommend putting Teflon tape on these to keep them from leaking. So I'll go get some Teflon tape and we'll be back. All right, I got the Teflon tape on, and the way I like to do the Teflon tape that works best for me is to wrap it the same way that you're going to tighten it. So, all right, we got the Teflon tape on, and the way I like to do it is I like to wrap it 4 or 5 times, and I like to wrap it in the direction so when you're tightening this, the tape won't unravel while you're tightening it. So I wind it clockwise, so that way when it turns, it actually grabs and it holds the tape in just like that. So we got these in. We'll get these installed on the side over here, and then we'll be ready to put our brackets on, and then I'll be back. All right, we have our drain plug in right here with Teflon tape. We have these in, and there must be a stop in here because these are cranked all the way down, and this is as far as they'll go in. We need to put some lubricant on these so we can try to slide our hoses over, but we'll give that a few minutes before we do that because we need to put our brackets on. So let me figure out how these go, and I'll show you how to put them on. All right, YouTube, couple things. I had to remove this piece right here, and it's just held on with 2 pins that go right here and right here, and they go on the sides of it. And then it's held on with 3 or 6 pins here, 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 here. And then this piece will just slide out of the way. And then you'll put your brackets on, and you have to go underneath the bumper. It'll come up and it'll curve over like this. So I had to bend these. You want to be extra careful that you don't dent up your radiator because this is your radiator right here. So, and then once you get it bent around, then you'll put your self-tapping screws in right here and here. And then we'll make sure that this is even with the bumper so it's not sticking out. Over here, I did have to trim around these fittings. I probably didn't really have to trim this much out, but I just wanted to make sure I had enough room to be able to get the hose on along with the clamp. And I may have to trim this one a little bit more right here. That way we can get our lines routed over here to the actual heat exchanger and pump. So I will use this, get these self-tapping screws in here. We'll get this lined up, and then we'll be ready to put our hoses on and go from there. All right, YouTube, we're back. I want to show you how this bottom bracket gets put in. So this right here is where a pin used to go, and we used to have these pieces that used to sit up in here before we trimmed it all off, and it would go up behind the bumper, and then you would put the pin through right there. So we took that out. The bolt goes in this place on both sides, and then the bottom of the heat exchanger goes here. Over here, I've already trimmed this up, so our line should be able to get put in and slide this way. And then I've loosened the clamps up already, and we have our bucket in place, so we should be able to go ahead and get these wires off and get a little bit of leakage going. So to knock you guys over. All right, so just like that, we have our hoses off. So again, the top line will come out and it'll go here. The bottom line will come out and it'll come up and it'll go up to this one. So I will get those routed because we will have to cut our line, and it's all one piece. So we'll get it cut and get it routed and get the clamps on, and then we'll be back. Top hose on. I had some of this laying around. Basically it's just a sleeve, and so I'm using it just to put on here to help protect it and that type of stuff. So we got the bottom one on. We'll put the sleeve on it, and then we'll get it routed and it'll go up here, and then we'll put our clamp on and we should be good to go. So I will go ahead and knock this out because I know y'all don't want to see me run the hose through this and be bored, so I'll do that and we'll be back. All right, YouTube, we got her in there. We got our top bracket bolts in, self-tappers. We have our bottom bracket in down here. Bottom bracket in. We have our lines ran. Bottom line goes over here, goes up to the pump. Top line goes out of here and goes back into the other heat exchanger right there. So basically now, only thing you would do is do the reverse and put everything back together. But we got a couple of, we got another mod we need to do, so we're not gonna do that right now. That's gonna be another video for another time. So, as always, again, if you have any questions, I know I went probably a little fast and I didn't get a whole lot of videos because I was trying to get this done. We have some rain coming in and I need to move this out of here back over to the main garage and move the truck back in here just in case we get some hail. But if you have any questions on how to put this thing together, because the instructions are pretty good, but there's some things it doesn't explain. Like it doesn't really show where this bottom bracket bolts to. It says it, but it doesn't really say it. And there's a difference. Other than that, everything else, and it didn't say about the Teflon tape. So make sure you put Teflon tape here and on your drain plug down here. Other than that, we will have to start this thing because we will have to put more coolant in, because as soon as we start it, all that coolant that's in there is going to end up in our heat exchanger. So without further ado, let's get this thing started and start adding some coolant. All right, YouTube. As you can see, there's bubbles coming through and they're coming out. If you have to bleed your supercharger, there's a bolt. Let me get a light so you can see. There is a bolt. It's located right. Bolt located right there, and it got that purple paint on it, and that's how you bleed your supercharger. See it right there? That's how you bleed your supercharger, and it's a 10 millimeter. So I will bleed that, and it's just you loosen the screw, you tighten the screw, get all your air out. Call this job complete. As you can see, we didn't lose too much coolant, and yes, I did use some little baby oil to help the lines go on, or you can use KYJ or a little bit of oil or something like that. Just makes it easier to slide on. But we'll call this job done. We'll go on to the next thing, which is why we're not putting the front end back together. So until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you would, help a brother out, hit that bell, hit that notification, hit that like button. Just help us grow the channel. I think we're over 700 subscribers now, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you for always coming back and tuning in. So until next time, peace.